Hey guys, let's talk about this information. Yesterday, after the video I did about how you can relocate abroad and why 4 million is not enough to cover the cost, somebody reached out to me and said, "Hello Milton, I want to study in Germany." I'm going to be specific. He said Germany. Is it Germany or Slovakia? No, Germany. And he has just 5 million. And now I asked this person if he is aware that I also post videos on my YT platform, the Red app. And he told me that he is not aware that I post videos on that particular app. Now, let me explain something here that you guys don't know about studies in Germany. First of all, there are free schools in Germany if you want to migrate to Germany as an international student, okay, and you're looking for free schools. These free schools doesn't mean that though they are free, you are going to study for free without spending a dime. No. You have some money and they call this money proof of funds. This proof of funds is money to take care of yourself, your accommodation, your feeding, your transportation, okay, while you study in Germany. So, before you start applying to any country, make sure you have money for these three things. And even if you win a scholarship, make sure you have money for these three things I mentioned. It is called proof of funds or living, is it substantial something? Okay, but just know that it's money for living costs, which is definitely going to come in the form of proof of funds. Now, for Germany, you said you have 5 million. I'm sharing this so that those who are new on the platform or those who haven't watched my videos on my YT platform should also understand that this is how the process works. 5 million cannot take you to Germany even if you are studying for free. And this is my reason. Now, the only way it can take you to Germany is if you have money, okay, like if you win a scholarship, if you have money via your school, if you win a fully funded scholarship like the DAT scholarship, 5 million can take you to Germany. Because of course, you do not need proof of funds again to apply for the visa, right? Then the money will just be in your pocket. You use it in whatsoever way you want. But if you are moving to Germany, you apply for a school which is tuition free, 5 million cannot take you in Germany in this way. One, because proof of funds to study in Germany is going to be 11,904 euros. This is the money that you need to show the German authorities that you actually have money to take care of your feeding, your transportation, and your accommodation. And the money must be in the form of a blocked account. There is another alternative. Just listen to me first. Now, this money that is going to be in a form of a blocked account, you have to create the account in Germany. Then you transfer the money in that account, 11,904 euros. Now, if you are going to be using maybe, let's say, you are going to be using somebody or maybe another person who resides in Germany to transfer this money into your account, okay, because the account will be in your name, but the person in Germany can now transfer the money into your account, or if the person is located in Europe, the person can now transfer the money into your own bank account. Okay, but remember, this account in Germany, the blocked account must be in your name. I have done it myself during the COVID season in 2021. It was COVID that stopped me from not moving to Germany. Okay, now, once that account is in your name and the money is transferred inside, remember, if at the end of the day you do not apply for the visa, or if anything happens, you do not move to Germany, that money is in your name. For you to get the money back, transferred back to the account, a letter must come from the embassy. If your visa is rejected, a letter must come from the embassy. If you do not apply for the visa, a letter must come from the embassy. All right? And if you do not apply, you need to give the embassy a reason. Not the embassy, but the embassy should be aware so that they can give you a document to give to the bank. Without a document from the embassy, the bank will not refund that money. And they can only refund back to the account the money came from. So before you make this block account thing, before you start thinking of how to do it and stuff like that, think about this. And remember, the money will be transferred only to the account in which it left. Like if I transfer from my account to another account, if the person does not apply, the money comes back to my account. So please put all these things into consideration. Another thing you need to know is that is for the blocked account. Now, when you go to Germany, you will not have access to all the money at once. They will be giving you part by part. Probably, I think 11,904 divided by 12 should be about 990 plus, something like thereabout. You can divide. Now, the other option is, now if you calculate that 11,904 euros, how much is that? It's more than 5 million. It's even more than 7 million, according to my calculation, right? Now, if you want to use the other method, which is the affidavit of support, this your 5 million may be okay. But this is what you need to do. Now, remember, affidavit of support will be signed by someone who lives and works in Germany permanently and full-time. Now, this document is not a document that will cut it, because most of us will be like, oh, Milton, they will cut Ducky. No, you need to, this person that is going to do the affidavit for you will go to the municipality, okay, and the municipality will be the one to check his account, check his job contracts and all those details before giving this man the affidavit for you. Okay, the person will send the affidavit to you. But now, that affidavit that is coming to you, all right, it must not be a relative. That's what I know. But how are you going to get the affidavit? You have to look for someone in Germany to do it. Now, have you found somebody? Even if you find somebody, will the person be willing to do it? And now, if the person is willing to do it, what is the person going to ask you? This is where you are going to lose money. But I still think that out of that, your 5 million, if you decide to, maybe, you understand what I mean, then you will still have money. So you can move to Germany if you have 5 million, if you are using affidavit. But if you are going to be using a blocked account, it's never going to be possible. You cannot move to Germany like that. I hope you understand. But if you do not have the money, or let's say you have just your 5 million and you must move to Germany, make sure you target the DAT EPO scholarship, the Helmut Schmidt scholarship, and probably the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. These are the things that you need to know, and put all these things into consideration. Now, remember, I have said many times on my YT platform, if you do not understand this study abroad thing, okay, contact me, book a call with me, then we talk on call. So I advise you, because if you come to me and say, oh, Milton, there is nothing I know about you, I may not know anything. So for me to really know what I want to do, if I'm also going to be working on anything related to your application, we need to talk on call, because I cannot sit down and type. Guys, this is all you need to know. 5 million cannot take you to Germany, because blocked account is more than that. That is the basic truth. And if you really want to apply to Germany, make good use of Uni Assist. And yeah, the other application is the DAAD website. On that website, you are going to find a lot of programs which are tuition free and so many other. So some people asked me yesterday to make a video about the job seekers visa to Europe, and I'm going to be very specific here, right? Now, if you are targeting the job seekers visa, these are the things that you need to put into consideration. One, this job seeker visa thing, okay? I know it occurs for Portugal. It happens. You can apply for the visa, move to Portugal, then you find a job. Then it's also now available for Spain. But this is what you need to know. As an international student, apply for universities, apply for visas, move to Spain. Okay, this is advice for international students. But if you must apply for the job seekers visa, because probably you are thinking that, oh, I do not want to go to school, oh, I do not want to maybe pay a lot of money for tuition fee and stuff, then the job seeker visa should be something you can consider. But while you are applying for the job seekers visa, I want you to understand that this visa has a validity date. Okay, once this validity date has passed and you didn't get a job, then there is a possibility for you to extend the job seekers visa, and there might not be a possibility for you to extend the job seekers visa. So make sure you put all these things into consideration before you engage. Check the requirements very well, because most people are just applying for visas because they think that, see, it's not everything you see people, most people are ranting here just because they want to push their views up. Okay, many people just share things without going deep into the issues. I also saw a lady on the Black app, the TK platform, telling people about certain visa categories in the Netherlands. And this lady was saying so many things about some visas, which are true, but some were lies. You cannot be telling somebody who is in Africa that there is a visa here, he can come here and open a business whereas going deep and explaining the details to them, which is not the way it operates, right? All these things happen. So when you are taking information, I keep saying it, make sure you listen to the individual, then you do your own due diligence to be sure that what they are telling you is actually what is going to happen or what is on ground. Because there are a lot of things online, especially on that black app, that TK platform. People lie a lot on that app, a lot. You understand? So back to the job seeker visa thing. Check the requirements. Before you apply, remember that your possibility of getting a job is going to be very weak. When I say weak, it's not up to 50%, 40-40. Because one thing first, you don't just get a job abroad. That is the issue many people don't know. For you to get a job, you need to be qualified. And you have to look for the job, okay? And you have to look for a job that will be able to sponsor you to actually scrap up that particular visa that you have. And remember, you are not the only one competing for this position. There are other people who might be more qualified than you, and you have a timeline. Now, the main advantage that many of you don't know that a student has over someone with a job seeker's visa is that a student, once you finish in most of these top countries, you have 1 year, right? Now, while you are studying, there is a possibility for you to do internship, do part-time jobs, do voluntary services. Now, within those periods and within those companies, there is a high chance that once you graduate, you can begin working with those companies immediately and they will sponsor you. But someone with a job seeker visa just has maybe his or her 1 year to move to this place and find a job. And most of the time, if you fail to find a job within that 1 year, OTLO, case closed, you have to return. All right, or maybe now you now seek other means of staying back in the country, and probably before you know, your permit will start expire, or maybe will expire, and you now have to switch from one visa to the next, and a whole lot of things. This is why I always advocate for student visa, because it's somehow the easiest now. Though it might be expensive depending on the country, but again, you have to think and think again. It's not like job seeker visa is a bad idea. Even people who applied for Chanka, this Chanka visa, which is, how are they calling it? This Chanka visa for Germany, how are they calling it? I forgot the name, right? You still need 11,000 euros for your upkeep. Now, what happens? Because when you have to go into the job, it's not like you can do any type of funny job, right? You must be able to get a job that will sponsor you to stay back. That is the issue. People think that when they say job seekers visa, it means that you come here and you do maybe the odd jobs, the cleaning job, maybe the farm job. Some people are even advertising farm jobs on WhatsApp. I don't understand. So guys, put all these things into consideration and always remember that the best visa that would get you into Europe and probably make you stay longer is either the work route or the student route. And now the work route, is it easy to get? It's not easy, but it's possible. Okay? You have to be ready to apply and apply and apply, and you also need to be a qualified individual, because all these things, they are going to look into them before giving you a job. No employer wants to waste money. One thing people don't understand is that these companies employing you, they also have taxes they pay to the government. And every company is working on an interest rate. They are working to make sure they make profit. So they will not just bring any type of person they are not aware or they do not know, they do not see the skills that the person possesses. I hope you understand. So before you even think about certain things, you need to ask yourself questions, a lot of questions. I'm just here to say that things are going to get better. Keep applying to international students who are fighting, to those who got visas rejected. Like if your visa was rejected, keep applying, keep trying, watch videos, do research, speak to people who understand the processes, and before you know, you will be there. This is what I know, and this is what I believe in. I hope you succeed. We meet again in another one, guys.